Shit. 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 What I say?
Hmm. Hmm. There we go. This is how you fix it. Yeah, this is how you fix it. Alright, so I'm starting to make my very own mod pack with not a lot of mods. I don't get because yeah, it's some sky. Now I spent some time in like a stream doing some random stuff such as building an entire house just so that I can sit in. Oh yeah, they also you also have a campaign. So yeah, good luck. Alright, this is what I made. I know I'm making emerald. Oh yes, flint tools and emerald tools. That's at the beginning. Yes, yes. Yeah, this is how you make something. For example, you have this, and no one is supposed to guess. Oak sapling. There you go, like 3 oak sapling. Yeah, just get wondering like how. This is needed for smeltery V 1.0. Yes, that furnace requires for these some pebbles. How do you get some pebbles? You see, dirt has a chance to give some stone pebbles, and dirt can give potato a golden apple. Whoa! How? How? How can you get a golden apple from absolutely nothing? Also, yeah, the only reason why I ended my stream before was because, well, since, I tried to replay Minecraft from this edition, but it did not work. Wait, what? So normal stone, which is impossible to get, and the smelting stone has a chance to give purple. Huh. Well. Wait, so here's my base, here's my lava farm. Well, I'm doing nothing. Yeah, don't forget a silkworm. Cool, we have lots of stuff. Even charcoal. Now, I think I added a mod. Power. Yeah, power. There's power. yes, Johanna Pool, Johanna Detland. Dingen, welke of Johanna, welke dat ook wel. Dat is extra. Wait, ik doe dat en dan get Nitro en toen dan get Nitro. Of. I'm gonna play ATM 9 full to see how they have the cool gens. And yes, I'm saying cool gens.
This is Victor and his team.
In the nation of blobs, there's a popular game based around flipping coins. Each blob brings their own coin, and they take turns flipping. When a coin comes up heads, the one who flipped it feels happy, and the other one feels sad. That's it. That's the game. It seems kind of simple, but these blobs are simple folk. There's a rumor going around that some of the players are using trick coins that come up heads more than half the time, and that's just not fair, so we would like to catch these cheaters. As a warm-up, let's have each of these blobs flip its coin 5 times. Okay, you might be able to tell that this is an artificial sample. We have results ranging from 0 heads all the way up to 5 heads in a row. Which of these blobs, if any, would you accuse of being a cheater? If you'd like to try your hand at judging the blobs yourself, there is an interactive version I introduced in the last video. Looking at the data from that game, when a blob got 5 heads out of 5 flips, it turned out to be a cheater only about 88% of the time. Because of the randomness, it's impossible to be completely sure whether a blob is a cheater, but some approaches are better than others. During the rest of this video, we're going to build up one of the main methods of making decisions with limited data. If you like learning new vocabulary terms, you're in for a real treat. The name of this method is frequentist hypothesis testing. We're going to design a test that this blob detective can use in its day-to-day work searching for cheaters. We want 3 things from this test. First,
there are a great many ways of converting power from fast-moving air into usable energy, and generally, pressurized air is a great means of doing this. Now, air directly from a compressor works well, but it's really loud and inefficient, and you've got to carry around a big, bulky, heavy tool. Now, the other way is by storing air in a ridiculous bank of bottles like this. And it works well to power contraptions like generators and vehicles, but they take up a lot of space and run out fast. So, today, I have a new idea. Let's try to use a can of air duster spray. These are actually pretty damn powerful. Actually, let's use 2. With 2 bottles, we can stick some magnets on almost any
Super Mario in real life.
Wait, what the hell is going on here? It is that time of the month again. This community has a recap now. 2023 is over. Alright, let's do it. What's the post? Oh, it's this one. I still don't understand how this works. The paper should have exploded. Really. By the way, only 3 days left until this guy is no longer available anymore. If you want a 2-pixel glow-in-the-dark Firefly plush, get one now. Probably the rarest structure in the game.
No.
Oh my god, is that Lossel? Minecraft YouTubers be like, I was bored. Oh, that's a pretty cool coincidence. Zombie doctor. Cure a zombie villager. What's wrong with it? Oh, he's wearing regular zombie clothes. Where does the metal come from? What? Why is this still a trend? This has to have been going on for ages by now. Picking out random things that don't exist in plush. You want one? Get it now. It's nearly gone. We all know that the longest item name in Minecraft is the waxed, weathered, cut copper stairs. This one. This word has 33 characters, including spaces. I talked about this in a video quite some time ago. Before that, it was the waxed, lightly weathered, cut copper stairs. That one being 41 characters, but that doesn't exist anymore because it is now called the exposed cut copper stairs. They changed it. However, we all figured out that we're actually wrong because the cracked polished blackstone bricks was actually the longest, with 34 characters, including spaces, because no one cares about blackstone. But I'm here to tell you that you're all wrong. This is not the longest, and that is all because of the daily crossword. Yay. I just found this out. Lingering Potion of Fire Resistance contains 31 characters, excluding spaces. It's actually 35. So that means that this item has had the longest name in Minecraft since it came out, but we never realized it because we got so excited about the lightly weathered cut copper stairs. I think we all know why we ignored this, because it doesn't sound funny. But I'm here to tell you that y'all are still wrong. The longest item name in the game is not the Lingering Potion of Fire Resistance. It's still a Lingering Potion, but is in fact the Lingering Potion of the Turtle Master. This one, or any of these. They're all the same. Duration or amplification.
Maybe chapter welcome. So you always spawn in with like XD oleum. You know what? Well, night vision. Give me. Now I have night vision. So now I can go. Huh. Fine. For example, there's like lots of stuff. There's even Botania, with its visit the Minecraft world. There's mechanism. Oh, mechanism. That's the mod that starts the entire thing started. So I already put this thing kick hogs, but it's like kind of late. No, it's everywhere. just, dude, no. Diamonds for energy. Crazy. Yeah, there's something out there from summoning rituals. And don't forget there's Automodium. Wait, there's Automodium? Anyway, so this thing, the starter power, which requires RF tools power, RF tools, yeah, RF tools power, RF tools power. So we have RF tool powers for coal gen. And then we have coal, charcoal, coal coke, and more. Getting started part 2. So there's getting started part 2, like this thing, which of course starts with a mechanism. There's like a lot of stuff. There's mechanism. So I need mechanism. yeah, mechanism, and also this thing, mechanism power. Because now, I have iron jetpacks, pipe Z with pipe, so pipes. Wait, how do you get steel auto ores? Yeah, I already downloaded auto ores. No, really? I got auto ores. So thermal series has an igneous extruder. Mine is actually way harder. Game mode spectacular. Now let's go. Yo, kill train. Create kill train. You had some extra mods. And yes, there's now 48 mods.
The Dream SMP is.
Hey, why would you say that? That's rude. Oh, hi, it's me, Dream. Yeah, and you guessed it, I'm lying. I'm not Dream, I'm just an AI voice.
And this is only one of the 9 different Dream SMP members that I turned into an AI voice model to revive the long gone Dream SMP. This might be the coolest AI video you'll watch. But hey, what do I mean by that? Reviving the Dream SMP? In what way? What? How would you? Bro, chill. Listen, if you want to revive the Dream SMP, then I got you. So, if someone like Tommy Innit posted a video today where he plays on the old Dream SMP server with all the members, then technically wouldn't that mean that the Dream SMP is revived? So then we just have to fake that Tommy Innit video ourselves using AI. Hell yeah! Alright, enough. So we're gonna replicate a Tommy Innit style video with him and the members playing on the server, of course, but all of their voices will be made with AI, and they will act out the entire video following a script. Like, Tommy Innit goes to Philza and says, "Hey Phil." But because we wanted to seem unscripted and realistic, Tommy Innit would say something more like, Phil, can I get, like, a carrot or something to make it realistic? But also, because I've always wanted to join the Dream SMP, I'm gonna be placing myself in the video, which will make it seem like me, 90, has joined the Dream SMP. I'm gaslighting myself to think that I have clout. So the first step of making this AI video is finding the world download somewhere, and that is the easiest thing I've ever done. God damn, bro. This is Dream's house. I know that. I remember this. Oh my god. Oh, we got the houses. I don't remember any of this, but it looks cool. We got the massive, I don't know. Oh, look at the little furry. Yeah, I don't know what the rest.
It is. Now, apart from not real.
The Dream SMP.
Oh, these dudes? They're the villagers! They're total pacifists and vegetarians. Vegetarians.
Mojang just dropped the announcement for a massive new update during Minecraft Live the other day. In it, we have these cool shaders, which I really like, called vibrant visuals. But the main thing, who cares about all that? Main thing is we're getting gas in the overworld, and they are happy. Anyway, we got some pretty hilarious memes spawning off of that. Subscribe. Yes, I do know that Phoenix made this video already, but I haven't watched it yet, so you can't accuse me of stealing his memes. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Is it just me, or anyone else see the resemblance? Oh my gosh, is it just me, or anyone else see the resemblance? Oh my gosh, it's me. I believe they added me to Minecraft. Jeez, bro. Chill, Ghast. Okay, is it just me, or is the ghast like super high textured on the face? Like, it looks weird to me. I don't know. Ghastling should pursue a life of hatred if the player feeds it fire instead of snowballs. Fed fire charges, ghast. Ghastling. Happy ghast, fed snowballs. See, yes. This is like, okay, this isn't a bad idea. This isn't a bad idea. If you feed a ghastling fire charges, then it becomes like a regular ghast. That's a good idea. I like that. What are the red lines on the ghastling's texture? 2,200 upvotes? That's a good question. I mean, I assume gills. I guess it could be a claw mark, but who knows? Probably gills. I think it's gills. It looks like gills to me. No way, they added Pokemans to Minecraft. Not my man, Ghastly. Who's the guy that he evolves into? Haunter, that's right, yeah. Evolves into Haunter. Am I the only one seeing this?
Dude.
Absolute cinema. New reaction image. I can't be the only one thinking that the Happy Ghast has way too many pixels. Exactly! Looks like one of those realistic Minecraft texture packs with only one mob. It's sort of plays cool concept, though, horrible texture. Maybe it's supposed to imply the Happy Ghast skin is healthier. That makes sense, actually. Actually. I've already sent this to so many of my friends. Am I understanding this correctly? Dried Ghast? Moist Ghast. Wait, okay.
This is a copy of Mario Kart DS, and this is a prototype of Mario Kart DS. I spent a lot on this.
Will I continue the quests? So I already made some stuff like meshes, and yeah, beginning. That's the web. Because we can't forget the web displays. So that, like, let's say something takes 5 hours, you can just watch it YouTube. Cool. The coal generator. Smoke machine. Blood. Yeah, just one on stone dust. You get more redstone. When you have the wind generator. Size? Why not 8? Just why not? Oh. Yeah. I made it 4. The metallurgic infuser. Iron. Iron can be used to make lots of stuff, including infused alloy. Infused. Yeah, infused alloy. Now you have to complete it to start the grind. So you have the beginning. Like you start a farm, you start a farm. And you progress. You can get up to netherite mesh. And then you can get a congrats to chapter 2. Which requires what upload. Oh yeah. Copper canteens. You know why that is? Flint shears. Alright, you need flint shears. You need some leaves. Yeah. You need 4 leaves, and then you're all the sapling. And you leave. Press a leaf and press a leaf. So it unlocks some dependencies for kick some dirt. And yes, kick some dirt. Why am I saying that? Because it's something you can do. Anyways, boom, bam, bam. How much oak stuff? There's some barrels. Crucible. Oak crucible. Yeah, cobble for days. Let's get cobble for days that you don't have to farm. Way too much. Making water? Again. Continue. Wait, yes, I know.
This video was made possible by Brilliant. The first 424 people to sign up at brilliant.org/HAI. The country, you can't name them Elvis, you can't name them IKEA, and you definitely can't name them Albin, just as long as it's spelled like this. That's because Sweden has some of the strictest laws in the world on which names you can use. These laws originally came around because Sweden is a monarchy. They've got a king, a queen, and royal families, as monarchies do, and they don't want anyone to just waltz into fake nobility by changing their name. They want the nobles to say nobles and the ordinaries to say ordinary, so nobody's allowed to use the names of noble families unless they are part of that family. Slight problem, there are over 28,000 nobles in Sweden. That's a lot of prohibited names. Weirdly, these laws are managed by the Swedish tax agency. Whenever a baby is born in Sweden, parents are required to submit a name to them for approval. Of course, in most cases, babies just take the last name of their parents, but you can technically change last names, so in order to prevent anyone from changing their last names to that of a royal, this agency prevents anyone from changing their child or changing their name to a noble name. But they also regulate first names. The naming law states that first names shall not be approved if they can cause offense or can be supposed to cause discomfort for the one using it, or names which for some obvious reason are not suitable as a first name. This is why they rejected this spelling of Albin. The parents submitted this name in protest of the naming law since they were fined 5,000 krona for not submitting a name by the child's 5th birthday, and after this spelling was rejected, they tried again by submitting the name Albin, this time spelled like this. This name was rejected again because of a ban on one-letter names. But Sweden isn't the only place where some names are legal. In Denmark, which is, fun fact, the only country in the world whose name starts with DEN and ends with Mark, there's a list of 15,000 male names and 18,000 female names that are approved for use. In order to name a child something not on this list, parents have to go through a laborious approval process. Iceland, one of the other countries in the jibber-jabber language area of the world, is even more restrictive, with there are only 1,700 approved male names and 1,800 approved female names. These Icelandic laws are even more difficult to comply with because Iceland doesn't name people the same way as the rest of the world. In the traditional Icelandic naming system, there are no real last names. If someone named Carl Danielson has a boy named Bjorn, the son would not take the last name Danielson. In Iceland, boys' last names are typically their father's first names plus son, which surprisingly means son, while girls' last names are correspondingly usually their father's first names plus daughter, which means daughter. So, that boy named Bjorn with a father named Carl would be named Bjorn Carlson. This can create enormous difficulties, especially for Icelandic nationals who have children abroad and name them with a more traditional last name system. Children without proper gendered last names have regularly been denied passports in Iceland, and so, to summarize, in Iceland, Alexander Alexanderson is a legal name, but John Smith is not. But even the US has some restrictions on names. Of course, Americans seem to take this whole free speech thing pretty seriously, so you don't have to get names approved, but there are some technical limitations on which names you can have. There are no countrywide laws on names, but different states have different restrictions, mostly based off how advanced their computer systems that handle name registration are. In Alaska, for example, you can have any name you want, but in New Hampshire, on the other hand, names are capped at 100 characters because the state computers can only handle 100-character names. California, meanwhile, prohibits names spelled with anything but the 26 letters of the English alphabet, so Gunter and Leah and Jose are out of luck. Of course, these people aren't just prohibited from existing in California, but for all government purposes, their names will be switched to a version without accents. Also out of luck would be famous mathematician Mileva Maric, who I'm sure you all know married Albert Einstein, who published the theory of relativity, which stated that you can't travel faster than the speed of light, among other things, in 1905. Then 113 years later, it went up as a course on Brilliant.org. Brilliant is the best place to learn things like
Get the foundation. I want as many wallets as we can get. All right. I need really nice wallets. Nice wallets. All right.
We're too small though. You think we'll be strong enough to carry?
U/Cuckoo00. This entire month has been dominated by them. Remember these skins? Alex holding up Steve? Yeah, they decided to draw that with every detail and all. Disconnected arms, even the face. Yeah. Oh no, it's the Steve Ruby. Did Steve. This entire U/Cuckoo00. This entire month has been dominated by them. Remember these skins? Alex holding up Steve? Yeah, they decided to draw that with every detail and all. Disconnected arms, even the face. Yeah. Oh no, it's the Steve Rubik's Cube. Nice chest though. Cursed Minecraft skins, part 3, side with Steve. How would that look? Yes, it is that time of the month again. I don't get what's going on here. Are they all dead? Mojang Studios, Pink Sheep. $369? Why is it so expensive? You can print that out for like $5. That's exorbitant. I know what all the comments are they're all gonna say the same thing. Skill issue. You are just trash. Notice how like halfway through the video, the Hoglin is still headbutting you from like 20 blocks away. Why isn't the Wither spawning? It's because this is not Minecraft. Yes. Netherrack stairs.
Oh, dude, awesome, Sebastian. I actually need one of these. Just like fast, I hope. Wait, what?
Oh my god, does this mean Phoenix in MCC? Yeah, I saw this.
So, you can never see this. Party board, which is and there's the quest. Blah 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 blah. I want like some look simple functional storage. Yeah, functional storage. Now I can make a super compacting tower. in glass. Yellow. Yellow. Die. Ha. Ah yes, get powder gives flint. Mechanism. Like a lot of quests. There's even summoning. We already have this. Summoning. Yes, this thing. Summoning rituals for items and mobs. Infinite mana. Okay, infinite mana. Creative pressure. Cut for life. There's the not fill. There's just a not filled version. The creative energy battery, which gives 2 billion energy, infinite energies. Oh, there's also a Ex Machinis. Ex Machinis. Yeah. Yeah, it's that. Like, this automation. Right now, let's try it with our 53 mods. There's no Minecraft.
Fill the gap between schedule.
When you get a 1 kilogram spool of filament, you get 1,000 grams in a nice round strand that you can run through your printer. But you also get a spool, which is another, roughly 215 grams of perfectly good plastic. So are you just gonna throw that away? These spools are often made from really good materials like polycarbonate or ABS, and I think it would be a shame to just toss them, especially because most of the plastics we chuck into the recycling bin don't actually get recycled; they get burned for energy. And what you buy as bottles made from 100% recycled material, or even recycled filament, that's typically just made from remelted production scraps that have never left the factory, and most likely would have been reused anyway. The most logical thing for me to do is to try and get the most out of the materials that I already have.
I have a question. Have you ever been on Roblox looking for a new city game and you start out with no money? Then, when you try and get somewhere, like a job or an event, and you don't have a car, you have to walk all the way there. That's because none of the games that are on Roblox have public transport, which is something that's actually been highly requested in a lot of my videos. This will allow newer players to travel around the map for a smaller cost without buying a car. Let's get into it. So for public transport, there's a couple options you can pick. You can pick metros, buses, trains, or taxis. For this public transport system, I'm gonna go with buses to start because I think they're gonna be the easiest to make and they're gonna be the most fun. But what's the first step in making a public transport system with buses? Well, obviously the bus. So I started building the base of the bus by taking a car that I made in a previous video, deleted the top half, stretched it out, and started working on the body for the bus. The next thing I was going to add was very important to the bus. Every time you've seen a city bus, there's probably been a screen on top of the windshield that'll tell you different things. So I think I need to add that to my bus. So after finishing the modeling of the base of the bus, I started working on the UI for the windshield screen, and I made it say different messages, such as Bus 148 active, Happy St. Patrick's season. Oh, that's actually a good suggestion. We're almost at 200 subscribers. Now that we finished the model of the bus and we've added the screen to the top of the windshield, we come to the hardest part of this whole process. Getting the damn bus to drive. This was so hard. This took me like 5 hours to get the values right, because for the bus to drive properly, you need 2 values to be right. You need the torque property and the steering torque property. And if those values aren't right, your bus either doesn't turn or turns the opposite direction. But luckily I fixed it. After giving the bus a fresh coat of paint, by the way, the wheels aren't normally like this. This was just for testing the driving. It's time to make the doors. No, not that doors. The bus doors, which I actually got done after a little bit of coating. Just maybe the doors were a little buggy, but they work now, so that's what's important. But now, it's time to add some stops that the bus can go to. So I started by building this little overhang bus stop that the players will wait at for the bus to come, and then I started giving the streets some street names. And for the street names, I looked in my comment section and in my public subscriber list. Wait, it turns out the endings to street names actually have meanings. Yeah, I actually do not care about that. I'm gonna put them all in a wheel and pick them randomly. These are the street names that I came up with. We have Mason Road for Molten Mason, Robot Street for Robot Boy, Aaron Drive for Aaron XX, and Rutgerson Boulevard for Ollie Rutgerson. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So now, we're almost done. All we need to do now is make the bus drive by itself. Because if we let players drive these buses, there's a lot of bad things that can happen. But who knows, maybe players will be able to drive them soon. Also, I did make the bus be able to run over players. I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, back to making the bus drive by itself. I first realized when I looked at my map that there actually wasn't a complete route that the bus could take, so I had to extend the road a little bit to actually make a circle that it could follow. Next, I placed the points that the bus was going to go to around the map, with some being green and some being red, which indicates that the bus is going to stop. I also added a yellow point for turns, so that the bus could slow down and turn at a sharper angle. And then due to some extensive testing, I had to add a lime green point as well, which was kind of in the middle between a yellow turn point and a green straight point. After tweaking a few things and adding a simple fare system that charges you when you get on the bus, I think it's time for the final result. Did I mention that I added music to the inside of the bus? I think now's a good time to play it. Guys, we just hit 100 subscribers last month, which means it's time to add some community ideas. So in this video, I'm going to be looking in my comment sections of my 3 most recent videos, and I'm going to be picking 4 ideas.
What is it, guys, today? Since we hit 1K subscribers, I'm... Talking to the moon.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck are you doing in my house?
Get out! I'm sorry.
What's that?
Baby, do you know that's what?
Hey, how's it going, Pudgy? Can I get a what?
So I first off wanted it to be 1 block, but since I could, I decided to try to make it into the what the thing is today, right now. Cobble. just every door. So we have a simple compacting. Evet aí. First, also let's get some mouse tweaks. And we have the cobblestone gen. For example, we have cobblestone gen here. We have like better stuff. We have the entirety of part 1. Then we have 2, the grind. Yeah, we have also the web. They got tweaks. Thank you too. Control it. There's a lot of like the beginning, like there's no dependencies, which is good. And yeah. It's pretty good, to be honest. I've done lots of podcasts, we would have this. So, why don't we try it? I can try it, you know. I can.
As you probably know, anytime you use a Windows PC, you're typically always going to see the main installation drive as the C drive. And you've probably seen that whenever you plug in additional storage devices, whether a USB drive, an internal drive, an SD card, or whatever, that it will get assigned some other letter after C, like D, E, F, and so on. But you may have wondered, why is the main drive C? Wouldn't it make sense to make A the main drive? And why, if you plug in more devices, do they never get assigned as A or B? And how does Windows assign drive letters anyway? And wait, operating systems like Mac and Linux don't have drive letters at all. How do they work? Well, hold on, let's take this one at a time, and by the end, you'll know more than you'll ever need to know about all these questions, but it's still pretty interesting. First off, let's not keep you in suspense any longer about the A and B drives. The reason you never see A and B drives automatically assigned is they are basically reserved for floppy disk drives. Yes, you heard that right. It's a holdover from the old days. You see, back in the early 1980s, the first personal computers actually rarely had hard drives. They were an optional but very expensive feature. Instead, computers just used floppy drives. In fact, in the first version of DOS 1.0, it only supported floppy drives, not hard drives at all. Microsoft then bought DOS and rewrote much of it and rebranded it as MS-DOS, and MS-DOS 2.0 did support hard drives. But even through MS-DOS version 4.0, when the computer booted up, floppy drives were assigned letters before hard drives were. So, for example, if you had 4 floppy drives and a hard drive, the floppy drives
would get A, B, C, and D, and it would assign hard drive as E as like an afterthought. It wasn't until MS-DOS 5.0 that the letter C was always assigned to the first hard drive. A and B were still only for the primary and secondary floppy drive, but any additional device after that would just go down the alphabet from D on. And I was curious if Windows 10 would actually assign a floppy drive to A to this day, so I actually ordered a USB floppy drive, plugged it in, and sure enough, it did get assigned to the letter A. Now you may notice here that I do actually have an SSD mounted to B. That's because the A and B reservation is only for Windows automatically assigning a drive letter, but you can actually do it yourself through the disk manager, and you can even assign a drive letter to letter A if you want. I still have C as my main drive, of course, but figured why not use B too for one of my extra drives, though I did keep A open for whatever reason. Having A drive just didn't feel right. And actually, from what I've been reading,
Windows. Windows is the most widely used operating system in the world, created by Microsoft. It was first released in 1985 as Windows 1.0. Originally, it was just a graphical interface running on top of MS-DOS. Everything looked very basic at first, but over time it evolved into a full-fledged operating system, with major versions like Windows 95, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 10, and now Windows 11. What makes Windows stand out is its versatility and widespread compatibility. Windows can run on almost any PC or any laptop brand, and it's capable of various computing purposes, from hardcore gaming to office work, and even programming as well. And Windows OS has a user-friendly interface, making it easy for beginners. However, Windows can be troublesome as well. Its hefty system requirements can make older or weaker hardware feel sluggish. It's also infamous for frequent updates, which while meant to improve performance often feels intrusive, and sometimes it can lead to an infinite Windows update loop. Security is another concern. Because Windows is the most widely used OS, it's also the biggest target for viruses and malware. And of course, there's the legendary blue screen of death. In fact, this problem has been around since Windows 1.0. macOS. macOS was introduced in 2001 by Apple as the operating system for Mac computers. Unlike Windows, which runs on various brands of PCs, macOS is exclusive to Apple devices like MacBooks and iMacs. This tight control over hardware and software makes macOS extremely stable, smooth, and well optimized. It's especially popular among creative professionals, including video editors, graphic designers, and even musicians. It's all thanks to Apple's powerful built-in apps like Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, and GarageBand. One of macOS's biggest advantages is that if you own an iPhone or iPad, macOS lets you sync messages, calls, and files seamlessly. Also, there are no frequent forced updates or crashes like Windows. And the battery can last longer as well. But despite the advantages, macOS has some downsides as well. Since it only works on Apple computers, users are forced to buy expensive Mac hardware, which can be a deal breaker for budget-conscious buyers. Another major issue is gaming, because macOS devices don't have DirectX and powerful GPUs or graphics cards. Additionally, some professional software isn't available. If available, it's a limited version. Linux. Unlike Windows or macOS, Linux is not a single operating system, but a family of operating systems known as distro or distribution. It was created in 1991 by Linus Torvalds, a Finnish software engineer who wanted to make a free and open source alternative to the other operating systems. Unlike Windows, which needs high system requirements, or the expensive macOS devices, Linux is lightweight, secure, and doesn't require expensive hardware, which is why it can run on many older computers and high-performance servers. And since it's open source, anyone can modify or build their own version of it, which is why there are many Linux distros. Some are designed for regular users, like Ubuntu and Fedora, while others are built for servers and professionals, like CentOS and Debian. This capability made Linux widely used for programming, cybersecurity, and server management. In fact, websites and some powerful computers of Google, Facebook, and even NASA's systems run on Linux servers. However, Linux is not beginner-friendly. Since it's very different from Windows and macOS, new users often struggle with its interface, especially because many Linux distros rely on text-based commands instead of graphical menus. Another issue is software compatibility. Most mainstream apps and games are built for Windows or macOS, so users need to find alternatives. So yeah, that's why people don't use Linux unless they're kind of experts. Chrome OS. Chrome OS was developed by Google and was first released in 2011 as a lightweight and cloud-based operating system. Unlike Windows or Mac OS, which rely on installing software directly onto a computer, Chrome OS is designed to work primarily with the internet, making it perfect for users who spend most of their time browsing, streaming, and using web apps. It comes pre-installed on Chromebooks, which are affordable and fast laptops and suitable for schools and office work. Chrome OS also boots up in seconds and has automatic updates in the background. It is also highly secure because most tasks are handled and saved on Google servers rather than on the device itself, meaning there's less exposure to malware or system corruption. It also has access to the Google Play Store, allowing users to install Android apps, making it more versatile than a basic web browser. But Chrome OS has weaknesses as well. Since it's heavily internet dependent, it doesn't work well without an active connection. It also lacks support for many desktop applications, like full versions of Adobe Photoshop or professional video editing software. They're also not ideal for high-end gaming, unless you use a cloud gaming service like GeForce Now, which depends on fast internet as well. Also, you can't do heavy multitasking too, like opening Photoshop while doing video editing is nearly impossible. Android. Android is an open source OS developed by Google and is the world's most popular mobile OS. It is used by multiple brands, including Samsung, Xiaomi, and many more. Something cool about Android is we can change themes, install third-party launchers, and customize almost every aspect of the system. Unlike iOS, which has a lockdown interface, it also has Google Play Store, which offers millions of apps and games. And Android allows you to find a variety of budget-friendly phones, as well as high-end flagship models with powerful specs. However,
Amazon Music Unlimited.
So first things first, get settings. Now I get to play. Alright, next we're gonna expand. Okay, we don't have better. I'm gonna make one change to the structure.mbt because it's slightly bad.
Hey, it's summer, and you know what that means. Nope, not driving to Florida to see Mickey Mouse dance in a parade. It's summer school time here at Oakwood Crescent Catholic Mormon Amish School. We acknowledge some kids just aren't as smart and might need some extra courses in the summer. Like Reynold here. He's so stupid, after watching the movie Cars, he thought all cars talk. Fine, we'll get a divorce if that's what you want. He's stupid, that's why. At Oakwood Crescent Catholic Cooking Scientology School, we have useful classes like shoe tying, how to text, and even how to drink water. Did I do it? Nope. And all our classes are taught by members of the community, like Jerry from Domino's. the T from the Taco Bell sign. And Margaret, the old woman on the side of the road who pretends to be poor. Like, I know she's faking it. I've seen her wear AirPods. Oakwood Crescent Catholic Swedish Buddhist School. That's why at Oakwood Crescent Catholic Buddhist Cooking School. No. Hello class, hello. Also, don't mind my face, I got hit by a streetcar. Today will be a bit of a different kind of class. Might be a bit uncomfortable. Today we'll be learning about cricket mating. It was this or watching a Bill Nye video on weird licking rituals in Swedish cults. So, be grateful. Crickets find connection through the eye holes. That is how they produce the babies. Oh my gosh! No! That's horrifying! Oh no! Sorry about that. I have a 4-year-old daughter, so I'm used to watching more wholesome content like Pixar movies about girls who turn into foxes. Oh no! Sorry, guys, don't look! This is a photo my wife sent me. How did this get here? Do not judge her. She is electrifying. Literally, she electrocutes me every day. My right hand is now an iPad. All right, kiddos, I just have to head to the photocopy room, which is what I say when I need a break from children. So I'll actually just be in the washroom stall playing Candy Crush. So, Angela, how was your vacation? You said you were going to Mexico, but Cleo spotted you hiding in a french fry slide in the McDonald's play place. Right, Cleo? Well, I was only there ironically. My family doesn't eat there every meal of the day because my parents are so poor and we live in a Perrier can. Mannequins should be paid more. Well, the McDonald's play place was a vacation for me. And turns out if you start hissing at the employees and spitting on them, they'll get you a free McFlurry. Cleo, why are you crying? My sister's in the hospital. Your sister's a bagel? I never told you? She was in a bad accident a few days ago. Do you remember the book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie? Yeah, it's not a how-to guide. So I tried and I gave a mouse a cookie and it bit my sister and gave her chocolate rabies. So now she has seizures and she becomes a chocolate fondue fountain. It's awful. Well, I guess it's convenient for us because we do have a lot of marshmallows and stray graham crackers just lying around. Angela, the salami doesn't go here! What? Sorry, I tooted and I had to yell something to cover it up. Students, teachers, the rats that live in the walls that are probably listening. Today is a very exciting day. We have a special guest joining us for today's assembly, Mr. Alton Higgins, lead elder of that cult that meets outside Arby's every Wednesday night. It's a church. Smoking is bad. Addictions are bad. These are the lungs of a healthy non-smoker. Now this photo is a kid's lungs after smoking. Is that a yellow Teletubby? Oh wait, no, that's for later. And now, a puppet show on divorce. Hi, Mommy. I just got home from school, and I'm so happy and life is good. Am I correct? IBS. It's because she eats too many Go-Gurt tubes, you know. What am I gonna do with...
I hate being homeless. Like, I wonder what it's like to have a house. I'm gonna have to build a house to find out what it's like. So first, I should probably build a house. Alright, let's see. Wow, that actually looks really good. Next, I'm gonna be building a few mini biomes around this house. So here's the plains biome, the nether biome, the nuclear power plant biome, the backrooms biome, the Roblox biome, the Fortnite biome, finally, the biome. Having a house is actually pretty nice. Oh, there's a person here. Wait, I wonder, who is the best person in the world? In order to find out, I have to trap every single person on Earth, and I found that the best way to do this is just a tank. Please do not panic. This is for a reason. Next, I'm gonna build a container starter for my prisoners. This looks so good. Now it's time to transport the prisoners in here. This might take a while. After 6 years, I finished my project of trapping all 7 billion people on Earth. And you know what? There is no best person. Everyone deserves equal love and respect. Oh, God. God, please save us. I find it really annoying that people keep asking God for help. Wait, I wonder, if I trap God, will they give up all hope? So first, I actually need to go to heaven.
Sir, there's someone at the front gates.
Wait, what? Hey, there's a trespasser! You're gonna send you to hell now. So, what?
Have you come here to challenge me? Wait, what?
So now that I trap God, I'm going to build a few mini biomes.
Stop building small biomes. We're going to have what's wrong with you.
Mr. Pancake, you can't just upload Minecraft with a sex offender and then not make a video for 2 months. Alright, I accidentally got added to a Minecraft SMP, and so I tried my damnedest to ruin their content by any means necessary.
I love ice cream. It's just objectively the best food that there is. But there's 2 problems with that. Number 1, I have no impulse control to keep me from eating this entire tub in a single day. And number 2, other people in my house also love it. So we are competing over a scarce resource. So I came up with an invention to protect the ice cream from my poor impulse control and other people in my house at the exact same time. And here it is. Do you see it? Of course you don't, because that's the first line of defense in action. It's camouflaged in this bag of frozen vegetables. But even if someone in my house were to accidentally stumble upon this bag of vegetables, this is what they'd find. It's impossible for even the world's strongest person to remove this lid, because it's clamped on with a 1/4 ton of force, and yet there are no buttons, latches, or locks. And it works because the lid and the base are made from different metals. So you place the carton right in the base, and then the lid just snugly slides on at room temperature. But when I put it in the freezer, the anodized aluminum lid shrinks 50% more than the stainless steel base does, essentially fusing them together. The trick then is to just run room temperature water over the lid, because when you increase their temperature, aluminum also grows 50% more than steel. And this solves my impulse control issues because it makes me wait at least 30 seconds to think if I should really eat this ice cream. And in this case, yep, I definitely should. This idea just occurred to me one day, so I made it. And that's the thing I love about being an engineer. If you have an idea about a thing and that thing doesn't exist,
I'm in my Tesla on autopilot going 40 miles an hour towards a fake Wile E. Coyote railroad painted wall. Please stop. Please stop. Holy. And I'm doing this to see if Tesla's autopilot can be tricked, because it famously only relies on simple cameras to navigate the world, as opposed to much more expensive tech. In fact, we're out here today to run a bunch of tests in extreme conditions to see how those simple cameras on a Tesla stack up against other fancy cars that use more advanced technology. Wow! And the story of how I ended up as a crash test dummy in my own car started 6 months back at Disneyland as I was sneaking onto the famously pitch black ride called Space Mountain. And while I might look a little plus sized in that jacket, as you can see from this infrared camera shot, that's no ordinary jacket because it's hiding some of that fancy car technology. Yeah, baby! Yeah! 43 million people ride Space Mountain every year, but unlike a famous ride like Colossus, Space Mountain is in near total darkness, meaning no one knows what the ride actually looks like, which as far as I'm concerned, needed to be fixed with a special undercover operation. True story, I had been wanting to make this video for over 20 years, way before I had a YouTube channel, because I would come to Disneyland and just be like, someday the technology will be there so we could map out what Space Mountain actually looks like. So this is a very big moment for me. Now, it's common knowledge, every good undercover operation worth its salt needs a 3-step plan. For me, step 1 would just be getting into Disneyland with my tech through their famously tight security. And if I managed to do that, step 2 would be making it through the park, avoiding any security guards on my way to Space Mountain. And finally, for step 3, I would need to sneak onto the ride itself while avoiding any suspicion to make my childhood dream come true. And if all this seems like overkill, let's just say I have a bit of history getting kicked out of amusement parks in the name of science. Follow you, man. Why are you doing this to me?
For step 1, I took an oversized jacket and made a little pocket inside where I could hide my secret tech inside it. It's like the slight limp shuffle walk that really sells it, I think. Because they make you walk through metal detectors, I disguised and temporarily placed my device with a bunch of gear in my camera bag. And just had to hope it wouldn't get discovered.
We'll just wait till your eye gets fully screened in case you have an item that's not supposed to be here.
And even though this moment of truth was terrifying, I knew I just needed to play it cool. Like that.
Excuse me, can you not record the...
And the security was in fact extremely tight. But our alibi was tighter.
All right, we're in. 1 down, 2 to go.
Once inside, I immediately made my way to a bathroom to properly suit up. Now I just had to make it all the way over to Space Mountain without arousing the suspicion of any of the park security, which is a lot harder than you might think because it's a well-kept secret. Disney employs a bunch of security officers dressed up in plain clothes as normal park goers, so I could trust no one. So in an attempt to blend in and look like a normal park goer, I took a corn dog break. Doing this for the integrity of the mission.
Not because they're incredibly delicious.
Back on track after a close call or two, I had made it inside the building. All right, 2 down, now for the hard part. Now that we're inside, it's probably a good time to explain why my jacket looks like this when you view it with an infrared camera, because that is a really tiny portable LiDAR scanner. So it's shooting out 640,000 laser pulses per second to fully map the surroundings. Now, as for the legality of this, if you check the back of your ticket, it says you have to obey all the park rules. And if you check their website for the rules on forbidden items, it says you can't bring in shoes with wheels, or stun guns, or cremated remains. Ew. But you'll notice the forbidden items list makes no mention of chest-mounted LiDAR scanners. So technically, I'm not breaking any laws by precisely mapping out this entire ride down to the nearest half inch.
Don't blow this, Rover. We got this. And so after sneaking past the last of the right security, I was finally in place. And this is probably a good time to point out the final boss here in this control room, watching all the infrared see in the dark cameras, was the one I was most afraid would shut down the whole operation. Because when we tested this out to see how inconspicuous the LiDAR would be, as you can see here, not very, as it lights up the whole place like a Christmas tree. By the way, you should know LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging, whereas radar is radio detection and ranging. Basically, it's like having a bunch of laser pointers inside the shell, shooting all around the room. And each time you fire one of them, you then see how long it takes for you to see it hit the object it's pointed at. And since we know the speed of light, if we measure that time, it will tell us how far away the object is. For example, it will take twice as long to detect a laser point on an object that's 20 feet away, as opposed to an object that's 10 feet away. But how could a sensor possibly keep track of 640,000 laser pulses firing all out at once?
Voici le vice-champion du monde.
Missed redstone ideas, and I read through all 600 comments. I picked out my favorites, and now I'm gonna build them. Green Gamer 6 has asked me to make a wave machine, but instead of armor stands or falling sand, it's primed TNT. Also trying to make sure the TNT doesn't blow up the machine. Well, this doesn't look at all intimidating, so I've got loads of dispensers here filled with TNT, and then there's slime blocks underneath to bounce the TNT upwards when it's close to exploding. I haven't actually tested this yet, so I'm just gonna turn this thing on and hope for the best. That sound is very intimidating. Just give me a minute. Okay, luckily I made a backup of this thing. I think this time I'm just gonna have to turn off explosion damage because there's nothing else I can do to stop this thing from blowing itself up. I can't make the TNT go any higher, and if I space the TNT further apart, then it wouldn't.
I gotta get one extra sapling. Alright, we need to save every block. When I mean every block, I mean save so many blocks. Yeah, it is edible. We call this the dirt farm. Yes, really, I call it a dirt farm. Alright, so what's like away stuff? So it's this. See the stuff. Smash can get French cheese, can get these water, and then more stuff. Yeah, it's pretty hard at the beginning. You have to grind a lot, and I mean a lot. You have evil seeds. Where's that you got then? You mean evil seeds? Oh wait, you need any seeds. Alright, we're getting some new dirt. So we got diamonds. Yeah, gotta make a chest. liksom ny form. It has cooling, so yeah, and it's from the mod snails. In Forever Standard modpack that I played. Farm, I have infinite dirt. So we're gonna farm. There's gonna be a basic carrot farm. Carrots all that. Really just destroyed this menu. It's like way different what 9 plus 9. See, your only source of carbon is that gives can be sieved into. Oh yeah, also you have to get stuff because why not? I'll make you have to suck stuff. Couple here. Now, why am I pressing here right here? Well, is it here? To the top to the lowest amount. Yeah, oh my god, the kind of There's a